So we're just coming up to 7 o'clock, and you're welcome. Just a little bit early starting our live stream this evening. Again, we're just checking to see that we have sound on the stream. And it's Monday, the 23rd of March. We've been, this I think our 7th day, isn't it? So we're live, just checking. Okay, so we have some. Yep, okay, so again, have to do a sound check each time. So you're welcome, everybody, if you've joined us here on our regular Meitheal Ceol daily sing-song. You're one a day during this period where we're all feeling incarcerated, and just today in Wild West Donegal and on the North Atlantic way, it's quite a miserable day today. So nice to have this to look forward to, sing a few tunes together. So it's hello from me, Liam,
and hello from me, Mary.
So Mary, just okay, again, you're welcome everybody if you're somebody who's with us regularly, or even if you're a first timer. Just for anybody who's new here, for the next hour and more, we'll just play songs together where we will be playing, and we're hoping that you'll sing along and play along. We will, as you'll see here, the words will be up on the screen. You'll just be able to follow the chords and the words just like we are. And we'll also tell you if we happen to use capos for both the ukulele and the guitar, we'll tell you exactly which position on the fretboard to place this before we sing. And we'll also try and tell you the page number of the song. So briefly, Mary, we had a number of new contacts from yesterday, I think, is that right?
Oh, we have, yes. We have lots of people wanting to join, and we have responded to them as best we can. We will mention those people as we go along. But Maura Divine has just come on here, and she said, "Just what I need." The first song we're going to sing is A Bunch of Thyme.
Yeah, so somebody I think requested us earlier.
Thomas Doran and his daughter Anne Trace. She said her father loves the Clancy Brothers. So,
yeah.
Is it the Clancy Brothers who sing that?
Yeah, no, but sure.
They did sing this.
If they had been around, they'd have been.
They did sing this as well.
Did they?
They did.
Are you bluffing or what?
No, I'm not bluffing at all. You're the bluffer.
Anyway, look at folks, so let's say we're starting this bunch of times. So what pages it's on? So we've 2 songbooks. We'll give you the spiel about that in a while. But we've 2 songbooks. If you've been here before, hopefully you will either have a hard copy of the book, or else you'd have downloaded a PDF of the book, which is what I'm using here on an iPad. So I'm sharing my screen and iPad directly with you. So whatever I'm doing, you can see it directly. So for anyone with the book, it's page 72. It's A Bunch of Thyme, and we're playing it in open position, no capo on it. We're just playing it as you see it there with the chords.
Okay.
All you maidens young and fair, all you are blooming in your prime, always beware and keep your garden fair. No man steal away your thyme, for thyme it is a precious thing, and thyme brings all things to my mind. Oh, thyme with all its flavors, along with all its joy. Oh, thyme brings all things to my mind. Oh, once I had a bunch of thyme. I thought my way. Stole my bunch of thyme away. The sailor gave to me a rose, a rose that never would decay. He gave it to me to keep me well reminded of when he stole my thyme away. So come on, ye maidens young and fair, all you that are blooming in your pride, always beware and keep your darling fair. No man steal away your thyme, for thyme it is a precious thing, and thyme brings all things to my mind. Oh, thyme with all its flavors, along with all its joy, thyme brings all things to my mind.
So again, that's for Thomas Dorn.
Okay, so
Ah.
again, thanks for joining us, anybody who's with us. For anybody who's just arrived here, either accidentally or on purpose, so Meitheal Ceol, just to explain it, is a group of people who typically would meet on a Wednesday night. We get together in the men's shed in Guidor. That's our little flyer that we'd normally have had. We get together in the men's shed in Guidor here in West Donegal, men and women. We sit around a table, could be anything from 6 to 16 people there, and we just move around the table, and everybody consecutively then gets, whether you're a player, a singer, or just a visitor, you get to pick out a song from our songbooks, of which we have 2 songbooks with about 500 songs in them, and then we all just play everything. We just play it together. So the exercise, we're just taking in these straitened times that we're living in now. What we're trying to do is keep that spirit going, and I suppose give all of us the opportunity to have a bit of communication with the outside world. And the whole idea is to sing along, and just really, I suppose it acts as a distraction, as a practice for us. It's an opportunity for us to practice the songs. So by definition, it's not, we can't all sing in the same time frame because there's a delay between you and us, but everybody else can hear this in real time and can play. So what we're encouraging you, look at this as a situation, we're already doing this a week, and this is the first of many weeks that we're going to be doing this. We set aside an objective to try and broadcast or live stream every evening at 7 o'clock. So you know, this is a regularity or routine. Some nights you might drop in, some nights you mightn't. It'll always be there for a replay afterwards. But really, we're thinking about, in terms of gamifying this, make it an objective to say to yourself, hey, look, I'm going to pick up, I'm going to practice some of those songs. If you're someone's had an instrument lying around and you haven't played it for a long time, sure, you'll know from listening to us that it's no problem, playing along. But also you're playing in your own room and you can play along and practice. We were listening back to some of these streams, and it was very easy to play along with them. And just to note, Keith, Paddy, Beefy, Burton, I kept asking, you have to decide which one are you, Paddy or Beefy or whatever. But
it's a mouthful, really. So
no, but you did a great job today. He was playing his mandolin, and he actually folded, he videoed himself, live streamed himself playing Spancil Hill along with us playing it on the stream last night. Fantastic. I'm not sure how you did it. It'd be really good to share that information. And also, the whole thing about this is a community of interest where hopefully we can learn to share information. So please do use the comment section. We can't see Mary can see your live comments coming in on the phone.
I do have some comments here already. Yeah.
All right. Do you
Jürgen Braun in Germany. He's saying hello.
Well, hi, Jürgen. We met Jürgen up in Macherortig maybe 2 years ago, I think it was, with your wife in a lovely big Frankia motorhome, as far as I remember. And you joined us when we met some young French women who joined us on that day, Lolo and Lulu.
Lolo and Lulu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a great little sing-song. So it was wonderful to have you back. And we all live in straitened times, and you know, just like the constrictions that people are under in Germany, we have similar developing things here. Anyway,
we've got Bernie Karan calling us from Oma. So Bernie and Susie, hello, and you're welcome. He said first time here. So we'll read some more. John MacDonald, very great to be listening from Dublin. Valerie Nimmer, Cork.
How are you, John? This is the latest version of podcasting. So John and I have a long experience in the Institute of Technology in Dundalk of playing around with podcasting ideas, and John is a lecturer in the nursing department there and did wonderful work with students who went out to Africa during the summers collecting their experiences. Really creative, innovative guys. So anyway, delighted to have you, John. We're going to sing, the next song I'm going to sing is Will You Go Lassie Go.
Yes,
so
yes.
Again, if you have the book, it's going to be on page 442. The way I find it, and we'll tell you how to download this book. There's no, we just put you through a sequence.
That's book one.
It's on book one, and we just go done on an A to Z base, and we just so right at the end, will you go? And it'll be down here somewhere. Da, da, da. Lots of songs, as you'll see. So there'll be lots of songs for us all to be singing. Hopefully over the next number of weeks and months we'll get to do these type of things.
Susan McNamara from Galway, this is for you. You've been listening in for quite a while, and she said she thinks what we're doing is wonderful, especially in these times. So, hello Susan.
Okay, so we're playing this open, again, no capos or anything. And again, if you've, like Paddy there, if you have a mandolin or a mandola or a ukulele or a guitar or a tin whistle or a fiddle or whatever you have, join in, or a mouth organ, join in if you can, or sing the songs along. If you're like the rest of us alone during the days, it's nice to have a bit of, and we're all doing this together. That's the important. Oh, the summer time is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme goes around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love above near yon pure crystal fountain, and on it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Oh, if my true love she were gone, I would surely find another where a wild mountain thyme goes around the blooming heather. Oh, will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Oh, will you go, lassie, go?
That's a Scots song. Hello to Colleen Lester. Colleen lives in Pittsburgh. She's a blast from the past, and we're really happy to hear from you, Colleen. And Colleen says she listens to us. But if you listen to us, just make a comment and we'll shout out to you.
So look at the other thing that I suppose in this experiment need to move the conversation from being aware of our need to be physically distant, but that this doesn't require us to be socially distant. And I think finally at another level there seems to be some awareness that this was a really stupid thing to call this was social distancing, because more than ever people need to reach the connection in periods of physical isolation, to know that we're there and we're there having normal existences, going through the same sort of things. And as we know now, in almost every country in the world at some stage or other is caught up in this whole coronavirus thing. So the first thing about the book, so we would love to think if people would have a copy of the book. So if you want to get it, the definite way I know to do it, if you click a like on the Meitheal Ceol page, which you're on now, and up at the top you'll see a place called View Group. So you go to the Meitheal Ceol song group that we have, join up there, we'll approve you, and then in there you can get access to the files that we'll put up there. So that's an efficient way we found of circulating the PDF documents, and please circulate them widely. There's nothing less we'd like to do than to spread access to songs and the knowledge, and people can sing, ring your friends, sing with them, do Zoom video conferences, live stream with each other. And again, just like Paddy Beefy Burton did, why don't you live stream, let people hear you, and certainly anything we come across we'll try and fold it into the Meitheal Ceol page.
Now, what do you have to say to Sheila McMahon tonight? She's having her dinner at the moment. What have you to say to her?
Okay,
forget about your dinner for the moment.
No, we'll sing a song for you, Sheila. You can just, this is the 3 Drunken Maidens, all right?
I hope you're not drinking as well. Come on.
Right.
Annette Rodriguez, hello.
You can.
We will see you at 2:00 in the morning, Annette. We have to
figure
out how to do it.
It's really interesting about Annette Rodriguez, who's with us there from the other side of America.
California.
So we have to cross. We have to cross the. Let me just show you here what we have to do. In our photos, I put this together the other day, and. Well, I see in our photos. So that's exactly where we are. We're over here in this part here, in the little midgety place called the west coast of Ireland. And we go far across the ocean to some of the people Mary mentioned, Colleen, there in Pittsburgh.
Yes,
Pittsburgh.
Nashville.
I think it's around there. And then over
Nashville.
here, Nashville is somewhere in the centre there, or in the centre, south centre, and then California where Annette is. And she's been very kind to invite us. We're going to attend at a live stream or a Zoom video conference where they're going to play. It'll be at 2 a.m. for us, I think, but look, time is our own time. Time is not our master at this stage.
And Teresa Dorn, did you hear, she's just calling in here, did you hear us sing the song for yourself and your father?
And again,
let us know if you did.
Yeah.
Bunch of Time.
What are we, sorry, 3 Drunken Maidens.
3 Drunken Maidens.
So again, I just go through the book here. And what I've said is I'd encourage everybody to get download a copy of the book. And what I'm hoping people do, like, you'll have a look at the book, you'll find songs that you like. In each song in the book, there's a link to a YouTube video. Just click on the link there, you'll see in that beside the word song, there's a link, a hyperlink to a YouTube video where somebody is playing that song. So even if you haven't heard these songs before, you will be able to play along with them. And hopefully over the next period of time, we'll all get a chance to practice these. Again, what you see me doing, you're looking at my screen, so I have to move it up and down. If anybody, look, and I've spent the day today seeing if I could find an app which allowed me to automatically scroll a PDF on an iPad. Can't find it anywhere. I mean, I'm really shocked that that's the case. Anyway, the page we're on is 413, and we're going to do the 3 Drunken Maidens. Sorry, Mary.
So there's Sheila coming back. She said no drinking. Okay.
We're playing it over. The West 3 Drunken Maidens came from the Isle of Wight. They started to drink on a Monday, didn't stop till Saturday night. When Saturday night it came, the boys, and still they wouldn't get out. The 3 Drunken Maidens, they pushed each other about. Inside, their cheeks red as the blue. Beef up me jolly sisters and give your Sally some room. kiss me, boys, but still they wouldn't get out. Them three drunken maidens, they pushed the crowd about. Oh, where are your feather hats, your battles rich and fine? They've all been swallowed up in a tankard of fine wine. Where are your fancy men, young maidens, frisk and gay? Left them in the alehouse, and it's there they'll have to pay.
Good on you, girls. Good on you, girls. Make them pay.
Again, just apologies. You'll see there, I'm looking at this. You can see that some of that the first line in each verse is stretching wide across the screen. So when I expand this, you can't see it. But if you think about the practical elements of the book, I mean, when we were designing this book, you know, you're always making compromises, and what we want to do is have big, large font makes it extremely legible. So the font is size 16, and we wanted to contain songs insofar as we could on one page. So again, just a reflection on the idea that what this whole idea came out of is the awareness that we've had over the last number of weeks of the impending reality of the physical isolation that we're all going to have to go through. And we can see from reports in the news how irresponsible and particularly unaware behaviour by people. We've watched a video of South Africa and the townships in Johannesburg with all those kids, where because of the density of their living conditions, they really, you know, it's a terrible reality for them. They can't physically get away from each other. The only hope is that if they're young children, they may have better, stronger immunity systems than older people or whatever. But insofar, the only thing we know, Mary's a retired nurse, I'm a retired engineer. I mean, the only thing we know is that look at physical isolation and keeping 2 meters apart from people and not getting into groups of, as Angela Merkel said, two's a company, three's a crowd. And that's how, Jürgen, you will realise that in Germany. So within that space, we also recognise that a lot of people, say in nursing homes, etc., who cannot, you know, elderly parents, etc., they cannot be visited by either grandchildren or their own children. And it may well be that what we're doing here may be an opportunity to maintain and support and nurture just the spirit of all of us. So if you can in any way engage in helping to share this experience or develop the experience or set up something similar, please do so. And if we can be in any way a party to that, we'd certainly like to assist in it.
And do share the video.
So the only way, I mean, this stuff gets around through sharing. We're not, you know, we're not masters of social marketing and all the rest, so it's only through sharing. But I will say that it doesn't matter whether you watch this one now live or watch it back and play along. It'll be equally fresh to people, especially if you want to learn songs.
So there's Natalie. Natalie lives in Germany, and she's saying, believe it or not, Ihawa Gahdina. Okay.
All right. So that
Valerie Niemerku, she sang the song a bunch of times. She sang it for Teresa and Thomas. Okay.
Okay, that's the other super element. Now, again, we're trying to, on a low budget, you know, through Facebook Live, create some sort of interaction. So again, I would encourage people to write their comments to each other and all this. It's amazing the relationships that we will develop over the next number of months, and this is what it's going to be. So when we come through the other end of this, there'll be lots of new places to visit, people to sing songs with, we hope, and we'll have had the opportunity to practice. So we're going to sing.
The next song is the Foggy Dew.
The Foggy Dew, right? So
we talked to you about Lulu and Lolo. Well, Lulu sang this beautifully. We met her when we were in our motorhome up at Maharort.
So we're also reaching out to our neighbour a couple of fields away, Ronan Ceol. Ronan, he picks this song quite a lot. He likes their old rebel songs.
Yeah.
And if you are listening, Ronan, we do expect you to be a master of the Bowron by the time we physically get back together, or else we'll be hearing it across the field soon. The call to action. Again, we're playing this open, folks, as a rebel song about the 1916 revolution in Ireland. Lots of revolutions around that time all over the world. As down the glen one Easter morn to a city fair o' Thyme, their armoured line of marching men in squadrons passed me by. the night fell black and the rifles cracked, made perfidious Albion reek. With the leaded rail 7 tons of flames, it shine o'er the lines of steel. By each shining blade a prayer was said, that to Ireland her sons be true. When the morning broke, still the war flag shook out its fold on the foggy dew. It was England made our wild geese go, that small nations might be free. Their lonely graves are by Sula's waves on the fringe of the great North Sea. Oh, but had they died by Pierce's side, or fought with Calveroo, their graves we would keep where the Fenians sleep, be the shroud of the foggy Dew. But the bravest fell, and the requiem bell rang mournfully and clear, for those who died at Eastertide in the springtime of the year, when the world did gaze in deep amaze at those fearless men and true, who bore the fight that freedom's light might shine through the foggy Dew. Then back through the glen I rode again, and my heart and grief was sore, for I parted then with the valiant men whom I never shall see no more. And back to and fro in the dreams I go, and I kneel and pray for you. For slavery fled, oh glorious dead, when you fell in the foggy Dew. Oh, slavery fled, oh glorious dead, when you fell in the foggy Dew. So every country in the world has its songs for freedom, I suppose, and national songs, etc. And so everybody's had an enemy over the centuries. And isn't it strange, through all our physical distancing from each other, we're drawn together because we now have a common enemy, and an invisible common enemy who comes in, as I say, like a thief in the night. So it'll be interesting to see what songs emerge from this period, as songs always emerge from periods like this.
There's Ray Atchison. He said he had a go at adding of our own tracks on Spancel Hill on top of Paddy.
Oh yeah, look at, I mean,
on top of Paddy's recording.
Oh, all right. So look at, I mean, we're all learning. I mean, the great thing about it, especially all the gadgets and all, I mean, this has been a labour of love for me, as I love these gadgets, and we're doing this from a single iPad, and I'm using an app. You'll see it coming up sometimes at the front of it. It's called Omelette Arcade. It's a gamer's app. It's the only way I've found where I can share my captured screen, not the camera. It's not the camera is not the important issue. The important issue is this: to be able to share the words due, just so you can see exactly what we're singing. So what are we going to do? Page 28. Page 28. So we go. So, but if you have ideas or anything like that, there, again, the place to put all these is into the comment stream. It's fantastic to see over the last couple of days the comments growing, and even if it's over and you think this might be of interest to a relation or a friend or someone who's a lot of time of their own and perhaps doesn't want to just watch endless television, wants to do something else, please share these songs. But most importantly, I'd love people to feel, look, let's make this a period of learning, play songs. I mean, Mary and I have, by virtue of putting these songs together, we sort of got them all together, and now our task is, why don't we go and try and learn these songs? Because we don't know, we know the songs.
As we play them, we do learn.
But so it's a great opportunity for us to practice them, and hopefully for you, and especially for people in our group. There are people like JJ and Aidan who come along, and they've been practicing and learning guitar, and Jimmy Allen, who also has begun the process of learning his banjo again in the 70s. But look, you're never too old to learn any of this, and it's such fun just having a bit
Lee
of fun.
Maloney as well, and Thomas.
Yeah.
Learning guitar, yeah.
And it's been lovely to see some other guys like Caelan.
Caelan. What's guy called?
Caelan O'Donnell, isn't it? Anyway, but Caelan putting some songs up. They used to play with us, and we used to play with a group and a crowd of people, Letterkenny and
Cathal
Thomas
McGlynn.
McConaughey, and of course Kyle's out there doing songs as well. So look, it's great. It's a great opportunity to get out and play and just enjoy yourselves. So this song is a Neil Young song.
Oh, there's Nancy. Nancy Poes.
Hi, Nancy.
Hello, Nancy. Glad that you're joining us live this evening. I know you're busy out there trying to find toilet rolls and the like, because there's probably a shortage, or you don't want to go shopping quite near, so you go quite a distance.
So again, Nancy and Chuck are in Nashville, and maybe when all this is over, we might be able to busk our way over to Nashville.
Yeah,
so it's on page 28 of the first book, guys. So we're singing,
we're
and
just
we're singing
getting
it
ready
open
for Nashville for the Country Hall of Fame.
We're going to keep it. So this is Already One from by Neil Young, right? And we're playing it open. What can I do? What can I say? Running down a suspicious highway, I can't forget how love let me down. When we meet, it still gets in my way, but we're already That's a lovely song, and that's from the I remember it's the same album that he has Four Strong Winds on it, so that's another song that comes to mind. So interesting, just to explain that when we're singing together in the group in which we sing, Mary's going to move over to the camera. Look,
I just wanted to read something here.
Here, this way. Hey.
Yeah, Keith.
People can only see half your head.
I know, but half my head's enough. Come on. Keith, Paddy, Beefy Barton. Hello, folks. I'm late. I fell asleep. How could you fall asleep?
That's all the playing you're doing, Paddy.
That's all that recording you're doing all day.
Anyway, I loved your mandolin. I loved the mandolin. So I know that Paddy made contact with us. His wife made contact with us before Christmas to buy Paddy get him a set of the songbook. So again, so the songbooks are actually a physical set of books, the most beautiful set of books, and it was from our point of view, it was fantastic to be involved in putting together these books. You can see them there. Because the history, like we were going around with bits of paper here and bits of paper there, and no sequence, no order.
I kept losing
dog
them.
ears on them and everything. And you know, people ask you that you'd go to sing a song, or maybe it might be to a couple of people, and everybody had different chords and different words, and it was a real mess.
And the font was usually small.
So when putting these books are like they're I mean, again, thanks to our printer and our doc. Colin, our printer and the doc, did super work, and the binding, everything on it. The books, like the book on the right there, the original songbook with 365, weighs about 1.5 to 2 kilos. The other one weighs just under a kilo, so they're really substantial, very giggable and carried around. But the great thing we wanted was when we met other people that we could all have common books in common and sing the same song and have fun, which is what we've been doing for the last year and a half. That's been wonderful.
Do you want to do Baidin Fheilimi?
Yeah, so we're going to go on
Gaelic
sing
song.
another song, but it's going to be from the second book. So just again to explain, again, stream. So if you're be interested in enjoying the songs either with us or on your own, or practice them on your own or whatever, the songbooks, we put the songbooks up as PDFs within a resource area in the Meitheal Ceol song group, because that's how we know we can do it. We were sending them off individually to people, and it was unsustainable. So if you just click on the Meitheal Ceol page, and then view the group, join the song group, it brings you to Meitheal Ceol song group, and then we can approve you, and then you'll have access to the files that are held up in the top of the post as announcements. And we'd be delighted that people get them and free them up and get them out there for people. Remember, all we've done is done an aggregation, a collection of the songs, and I think they're lovely, they're beautifully presented, etc. So the second songbook is what emerged after putting a song a day together for 2018. Then all of a sudden we got to the point, look at all these lovely songs we never got to cover. These are what we call the ones that got away. So there's a song here. So we're going to do two songs, one of them in Irish, another in English, same melody. And explain this first one we're doing. This one is called Bhfaca to Sheamuisn. So again, all the more reason to reach out to our friends across the globe, and hope that for those of you like Jürgen there who has been in West Donegal, for those who haven't yet been,
we hope you come when
just
this
to give
crisis
you,
is over.
again, just to give you an idea of the magic that we're fortunate enough now. Yeah, they're our
Next
neighbours.
door,
They just keep an eye on us, those donkeys there. But just to give you, we just literally live down from this magical shore. So, you know, you leave our house and you walk maybe 1.5 kilometres across this open countryside that we call the Mocker, and then you get down to that magical space. And you know, no matter how good the weather's ever going to be, you'll never have crowds in Donegal. Well, it will never suffer from overcrowding here in Donegal. So if you want a real break at some point when all this is over, please come back. So the song we're going to sing, the Irish one is called Bhfaca to Sheamuisn. Then we're going to go to one called Patrick was a gentleman, about the Irish saint who drove all the frogs out of the bogs and the snakes. And I don't know what he's like on viruses, but we could do it something like that now. We could call him back and say we're sorry. So anyway, again, just to explain, it's very important. I'm trying to make this as big on the screen as I can, because
for me anyway, and
for example, Mary would have eye problems, etc. And you know what we really feel is important about this book is that you can see the words, etc. So to tell you the page it's on, just to remind you, it's in the second book. If you have a copy of the book, that's on page 19. And Mary and I had heard this, a couple of young kids singing this in a Fleadh Ceol up in Meitheal last year. Under 10s, they were singing so the Fleadh Ceol is a traditional Irish space where people compete and play all sorts of instruments and dancing and all that sort of stuff.
It's a wonderful platform for young kids in particular.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing watching little kids under 10 knowing all the words of these songs. Yeah. Fantastic, you know. So what we're going to do is we're going to capo position 3. So we put that in fret 3 of the capo, and what I realised that I was one night when I heard of this song, I knew the melody from somewhere else, so I went chasing the words of this, and I was down in the men's shed one night, and then Johnny Gillespie and Connie O'Donnell started singing a song along with me, telling me they used to do the song at school. So it's lovely. So it's a little song about a young guy going to school in the old days, walking to school with his big bag of books on his back and his little lunchbox, etc. Lovely song.
So Natalie is sending us green and gold hearts here.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. That's lovely.
So again, keep commenting to each other, etc. Again, Paul Griffin, if you're listening, I keep forgetting to mention you, Paul. You'll notice that Paul is our sort of spokesman and ambassador. He's self-appointed, but Paul will say hello to you, so do say hello, Paul, back to Paul. He loves his music, especially his country singers in Ireland, and he's befriended so many of them over the years. So again, lovely to have you along, Paul. I hope you're enjoying it, right? Oh, and what through my hay machine, the story of my bubbling, and what through my hay machine, say go, all she's on board. Neil Brogger be her the gachasheen, her the gachasheen, her the gachasheen. Neil Brogger be her the gachasheen, the copy, her the coga. Eric Duller's skull to go shame machine, the story of my bubbling, say Duller's skull, the hay machine, so lowering we in the folk. They're the grim to a mauling, pium to mauling, to mauling, a grim tamale, young is long she known as stone. Oh, the rug way him on a lane, it bun on click in that 18. Run way him on a lane, and that give bun a dodge. Oh, from a cream, my hay machine, my story, no, my bundling. From a cream, my hay machine, her marching this run on. Oh, cause I reached. On what to do, my hay machine, the story of my bubbling. What to do, my hay machine, sit down while she's on board. He broke her bean, her the cock machine, her the cock machine, her the cock machine. He broke her bean, her the cock machine, not coffee, her not coke.
Once more. On what?
On what to do, my hay machine, the story of my bubbling. What to do, my hay machine, say go while she's on board. Neil Broger be her the gachasheen, her the gachasheen, her the gachasheen. Neil Broger be her the gachasheen, a copy, her a program.
Just tell them briefly what it's about, will you?
Well, yeah, just actually, I'm singing that song, and you know what comes up for me is there's a poem that I heard an old woman say up in Cushendall. I was staying out there many, many years ago as a student with a friend of mine, Jerry McErlane, and an old woman from the area came in to the kitchen one night and recited a poem called Wee Cuey. Ah, wee Cuey, and him only 4. And it's a story, it's a poem about the little fella going off to school on the first day, and the mother standing back, and he's walking, because in them days you'd walk across the fields or whatever to the school, and him looking back over his shoulder, and the mother realising you got to let him go, you know, and the tears he was holding back as a result of it. But that imagery of, like in that song there, those words he's saying, Neil Broger be her a gachasheen, he has no shoes on either of his feet, and he has nor copy nor cloak, without a cap or a cloak. And then earlier on, then he's talking about him where he was born, and he's got his a Laureen Bui and a Bhfaca, his little yellow book in his pocket, and his and Grum Tamolin, Grum Tamolin, Bioga Molin, Bioga's a mall is a bag in there, his little bag, and his back, and his little lunch. His lunch is probably his lunch.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful, innocent, magical imagery anyway. Whether it's
what
real
is
or not.
Doka?
It's Stoka, I suppose. Actually,
So with his lunch.
Dokas is the concept of hope as well. And, you know, I suppose hopefully what we'd like to imagine that comes out of all of this
So
is some sense
Natalie
of hope.
says, it's wonderful in Irish, but very difficult to pronounce. It's difficult for me too, Natalie, but...
Well, just to say about that, and again, look at we have a number of Irish songs in this because we think they're very nice and we have to learn them, etc. But I notice about the song, if you just notice that first verse there, Neil Broger be a gachasheen, that's the 5th line. I think myself that the guttural sounds are what are not copy there, not cloak. It's the k and the ra. I think that the brogue, those fadas, those things over the vowels, or what we call fadas in Irish, bit like Jürgen's umlauts in Deutsch and Sedilla and Éclat and all that in French.
Keith Paddy Beefy Burton says, "Hi Natalie, just go la 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 in time instead." I do lots of la las.
That's right. Anyway, we're going to sing. You mightn't have recognised that. Well, obviously the words of it, but the song that the reason it captured my attention was. Because St. Patrick was this, because this is another song that I've always loved. St. Patrick was a gentleman,
and then we'll do a few other songs afterwards.
So we're going to and so again, just to say, we're going to be singing again. Notice in the book, sometimes we have songs there twice. That's in the key of C. Patrick was a gentleman, and then we also have it in there in the key of G. And I suppose so. It really is about what pitch you like singing at. And again, the people who are mandolin or ukulele players, I mean, in order to be able to sing in different pitches, unless you can transform the chords on the fly, etc., we think that having a capo is extremely useful. So this page is on page 162. Hopefully you'll get the same vibe of the song, and it'll be a lot easier to understand the song. So this is the story of St. Patrick.
Keith, I'll just call you Keith Burton if you don't mind. He loves the concept of metal.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit what a meitheal is actually just at the end of this. But anyway, I suppose this all leads into what a meitheal might be like anyway. Yeah. Listen to the bit at the end of that page when he drove the frogs into the bogs and banished all their vermin. Like, how people put these words together is just majestic for me.
We don't actually have snakes here in Ireland, by the way.
That's right. Except Sean Kelly out there. Sean is snaky.
No, he's not.
In Dundalk, no, Sean, no. But you'd say when we grew up, there's a snaky old fella there, fella. That's what you'd say about a fella. It's snaky. That's the same kind of
what
thing.
Is
slimy and oily. Wrap myself around. Anyway, not Sean. That's where I'd have heard him use those words among many other nice words. Anyway, open. Oh, sorry, it's up on 3. Capo number 3, guys.
Hang
okay,
on,
right.
Hang on, 1, 2, 3. Hang on.
Sorry, Mary. All right. Often forget these, right?
Forgot about that.
And again, page 162. Oh, Patrick was a gentleman. He came from decent people. He built a church near Dublin town, and on it put a steeple. His father was a Gallagher. His mother was a Grady. His aunt was an O'Shaughnessy. His mother was a Brady. Hills are very high, and so the hill of Ulster. There's a hill much higher still, much higher than Ulster. On the top this high hill St. Patrick beats a sermon. He drove for hours into the bogs and banished all the vermin. Hey, there's not an island there in his isle where dirty vermin muster. There he put his deer, fought foot and murdered. The toads went pop and the frogs went hop, slap dash into the water. The snakes committed suicide to save themselves from slaughter. 100,000 reptiles flew, he vanished with his courses, and died down in Killaloe in suits and northern horses. Blind folks crawling in the grass disgusted all the nation. Down to hell with the holy spell, he changed their situation. No wonder that them Irish boys should be so gay and frisky. Sure, St. Patty taught them that as well as making whiskey. No wonder that the saint himself should understand still, for his mother kept the sheep shop near the town of Enniskillen. Was I but so fortunate as to be back in Ulster, I'd be bound that from the ground I never more would wander. There's St. Patrick planted turf, cabbages and praties, pigs galore, we promised all of their boys and ladies.
Is there more?
That's it. So he that song really does the rounds of the country for you, so it does. But you know what I've always like. I've heard these. So this song I would have heard Christy Moore singing it in my late teens when he was on the go with Planksy at the time. But I just love those particular words. I just love. The toads went pop and the frogs went hop, slap, dash into the water, and the snakes committed suicide to save themselves from slaughter. Yeah. That's
lovely, isn't it?
And that's so beautiful about those lovely songs.
Like the Irish Rover, those, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're just a very automatic peg. Yeah, so the other thing is it Natalie who couldn't understand the Irish? Sure, at times you mightn't even understand the English Irish, which is... So the other thing is, can I suggest to you that what we'd love to do, Mary's been trying to set out a couple of songs in advance every day, so people like was Joe Kane, I think, from Rithot, who suggested we might do that. So people might have some
And
some
I've
ideas.
asked people for their suggestions.
So look, if you download the book, have a look, and if the songs you'd like to hear, if you'd like to play this, have it as a request or something for somebody else or whatever, that's fine in any way. And again, if you've got a relation or a friend or a neighbour or someone who's alone, or if you're alone and you're enjoying the company or whatever, reach out, say hello to other people. You'll find it's like, I was thinking about the 3 degrees of separation that we have in making, I know you and you know me and somebody knows, and suddenly we connect with people. But we need to have physical separation at the moment to protect ourselves from this virus, and in whatever way we can. But at the same time, this is an opportunity to reach across using the magic of the internet to do this. So, I'd suggest to Mary we might have a look at...
Peggy likes, the one about the Ellis Island, what do you call it?
Oh yeah, we were asked we did this the other night, the Isle of...
not Isle of Hope. Isle of Hope. Yeah, Peggy just got a long message from her today. Peggy lives in Pittsburgh. Right. She said it's hit the fan there in Pennsylvania. Everything is going to be on lockdown. In the state of New York, she said that there are 20,000 new cases today. I'm not sure what it is around her area. So but she's allowed to go to the farm because she's got chickens and hens and little animals.
We are sort of mindful. We don't want to be another reiteration of bad news or whatever. In fact, the great thing about this, we tend to...
They love this.
We tend to hear the 6 o'clock news in Ireland just before we get ready to go on air here. And then I've already forgotten whatever they said. And it's important that the biggest thing we can do at the moment is learn how to forget. There are very few things we need to remember. And, the only thing you need to remember is if you're standing or someone else is standing within 2 meters of you, they're inside your personal space. So just my recommendation, just reimagine your personal space as 2 meters. If somebody's inside that space, you're not happy. And we learn to express that and learn to express it without anger and just remind people, excuse me, would you give me my personal space? And we will learn to get through this on that basis.
Yes, of course we will.
So this is a song of, like a lot of beautiful Irish immigration songs. I'm not sure were we playing this. I think we might have played this open, alright? So we should just say the page that it's on. Sorry again, apologies for anybody if I didn't tell you the page. It's on page 91 of the second book. And again, we're hoping that, after a week of this, people are getting around to the idea that we're going to be here. We intend to try and do this as try and maintain the discipline for ourselves and also the routine. Listen to mental health professionals discussing how people can be helped.
I think we decided 2 actually.
Okay, we'll play it on Cap 1 2 tonight. But just I say, the advice of mental health professionals is for your mental wellness that we should all try and set up routines in our lives because we're going to be in we're going to be living this completely on a life which you're not used to for a long period of time, so it's important we develop these. So again, here we go. So it's on Cap 1 2. On the first day of January 1892, they opened Ellis Island and they let the people through. And the first to cross the threshold of that Isle of Hope and Tear was Annie Moore from Ireland, who was all of 15 years. Isle of Hope, Isle of Tear. but it's not the I you left behind. That I love hunger, I love pain, you'll never see again, but the isle of home is always on your mind. In a little bag he carried all her past and history, and her dreams for the future in that land of liberty. Courage is the passport when your old world disappears, but there's no future in the past when you're 15 years. I love home, I love tears, I love freedom, I love fears, but it's not the I you left behind. That I love hunger, I love pain, you'll never see again, but the isle of home is always on your mind. When they closed down Ellis Island in 1943, 17 million people had come there for sanctuary. And in the springtime when I came there, I stepped onto its pier, and I thought of how it must have been when you're 15 years. I love home, I love tears, I love freedom, I love fear, but it's not the I you left behind. That I love hunger, I love pain, you'll never see again, but the isle of home is always on your mind.
We should sing a jolly song. You choose.
Yeah, well, okay, so we're going now. We see this is a really small. What happens here? Just so what happens in our, it's like a music circle or a singing circle operation. We sit around a table with people. Literally, we just take turns, and when it's your turn, whether you're a singer or a player or whatever it is, you have the obligation to name a song, and then we all sing it together. So everybody's singing along, and what we find is that many people have come along and maybe have never sung, or maybe haven't a confident singer. Generally, in time, look, they just love the songs, and people get into singing them, and that's what it's about, And
they look forward to their turn, So we all look forward to our turn, so we can choose a song that we like.
Yeah, and the scouts on a Blueberry Hill.
Hill, yeah.
Blueberry Hill. Where's Blueberry Hill?
It's in the first book, I think. Is
Blueberry Hill.
No. A Woman's Heart.
There's a song. There's a song there.
What is it? Beautiful
Beautiful
Affair.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
So the great thing about it is for Mary and I, we're complete bluffers in relation to that. So again, I'm trying to make this as big as possible while recognising the limitations on the other side, Hold on.
We haven't done this for a while again.
See all the so the first verse is you just sing it a cappella, and then it joins in with the rest of it. But who sang this?
Oh God.
Stockton's Wing. I think it was Stockton's Wing.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a lovely song. See all the doors swing open, your life's unfolding before your very eyes. It's open. Such a strange affair. Walking around, be part of the sound. Forget all your downs and feel the air. Beautiful affair. When you feel.
We have to put it up. Okay, quite small.
And we've been cut out.
Was that one or two?
I'm not sure. It's hold on. I'll notice. The G is what tells me. Beautiful affair. See all the doors swing open, your life's unfolding before your very eyes. Such a strange affair. Walking around, be part of the sound. Forget all your downs, feel the air. beautiful affair. When you feel like laying low in the mountain sea, no closer than before, and you wonder why, and you know in your mind there's no good to hide, and the only way of living to survive makes you feel alive. Then all the doors swing open, your life's unfolded before your very eyes. Such a strange affair. Walking around, come into the sound, forget you down, feel the air. Beautiful affair. From the time when you look around and you see the ocean rise before your eyes, you're no surprise. So you make your way down to the shore and you climb aboard and give yourself a smile, makes you feel alive. Then all the doors swing open, your life's unfolding before your very eyes. Such a strange affair. Walking around, come into the sound, forget you down, fill the air. Beautiful affair. Then all the doors swing open, your life's unfolding before your very eyes. Such a strange affair. Walking around, come into the sound, forget you down, feel the air. Beautiful affair.
I have a feeling that we were higher than that before.
Yeah,
I
again, we
think we
probably
were
could
higher,
have.
yeah.
Anyway, the thing is that strangely, like at different days and different times of the day, it seems to me your voice is more comfortable singing in different pitches. Now, maybe that's because I
So Nancy
do
Cleary
voice
says,
exercise or whatever.
Nancy Cleary, Pittsburgh, says, glad to hear you tonight. Glad to see you tonight. We're glad to hear you too, Nancy, to hear from you.
But excellent.
So get a jolly song. What about Margaritaville or something like that? Isn't it nice?
Bad Moon Rising, how about that?
Uh-uh.
No?
No, Margaritaville would be lovely.
Margaritaville, let's see where that is. So is that in this book?
I think
Did you
that's
see?
in the other book, maybe.
Let's see.
Maybe it is.
DD. What about Me and You and the Dog Named Boo?
Oh yeah, well that's one I thought about today. I should
Yep.
have, yeah.
So this is often how, just to explain it, this is how things work in the song group. We get together. You often think you have a song in mind, you like to play that song, and then on your way towards the song you come across another song. All you're seeing me do is swipe across the apps and the iPad. That's how I'm sharing my screen with you. So interesting.
So Ro, this is for you. Rose sent us a picture of her two dogs today. One is a Yorkie and the other one is, I'm not sure, I have to remember, but she brought them both from America. She now lives in England.
So we're playing this open. Again, Me and You and a Dog Named Boo. It's on the second book. It's on page 122 in the second book. You know, for people of a certain age, it's very nice nice reminiscences of my
Yes.
certainly for me, my teen years. I remember to this day the bright red Georgia clay, how it stuck to the tires after the summer rain. We'll pound in that old hot dough, a woman's mind told me that so. How I wish we went back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Boo, So we'd sing that one to all the motorhomers. I know Paddy Beefy Burton, you're a fellow motorhomer, and I just see in the motorhome, Total Motorhome Ireland and Motorhome Crack, lots of motorhomers are caught between the desire to get away in the motorhome to the wilds. I mean, just to get out to the wild open spaces, to get a break from all of this, and the fact that, I suppose, because the impending fears that all communities have to see people coming in on motorhomes, and they wonder, are they bringing the virus with them, etc. So it's a very unsettling time. And do you know what we thought today? That if you just go outside to where your motorhome's parked,
just sitting it, yeah, but
and
also,
just sitting it, you already, we know that from the past.
But we were
Just drive up the
discussing
road
also
during
about,
holidays,
you know, maybe one of the days when the weather gets a little bit better. Yesterday was a beautiful day, today is rotten. But when the weather gets a bit better, we will go out in our motorhome and we will be able to broadcast from there, I hope. Yes?
I hope
Yes,
so.
we hope
we
so.
don't know, but I mean, I say the great thing about a motorhome, you can go out and pretend that you're away on holidays. Like, you know, we often find it 5 minutes from home in a motorhome, and you think you're away for a month. You know. Anyway, we're going to go on to book number 1. This is Blueberry Hill. I think everybody will enjoy this. Again, we ask you to share the link to the stream to anybody who might be interested. I mean, we don't have an objective of trying to grow an audience in terms of that there's a back end to this, that there's a way of monetizing. Not really about this, but what we do feel is that certainly for us, both of us just picked up playing the instruments just because we just sort of got the idea of when you're traveling along to be able to, we'd be singing along, said let's have a go at this, and so we were just really having a go at learning how to batter away at this with all our shortcomings and all this. That's not important. This is about just having a good time on our Wednesday nights. You know, there's at the end of this thing on a Wednesday night, everybody always says that was a great night.
Yeah,
and nobody has a cup of tea, a couple of biscuits. People put €2 in the plate, and it's a real simple time for a few hours. All of your troubles are carried away. So music has that capacity, and so in any way that this can be shared out with people in these difficult
Anne Marie
times.
Turk McGinley, this is for you. Okay.
Open. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill, on Blueberry Hill. When I found you, the moon stood still on Blueberry Hill and lingered until my dream. But all of the vows you made were never to be. Though we're apart, you're part of me still. For you are my thrill on Blueberry Hill. The wind of the willow plays love's sweet melody. But all of the vows you made were never to be. Though we're apart, you're part of me still. For you're my thrill on Blueberry Hill.
No, Margaritaville. Margaritaville?
Oh yeah, Margaritaville.
It's a lovely,
yeah.
happy song, I think.
So let's try that, Margaritaville. So again, as I'm scrolling through the page here, again, if you're like me, as you're passing songs, Banks of the Ohio, there's so many songs there, both sides now, Botany Bay, Catch the Wind, Crazy Dreams, Oh, the Crystal Chandelier.
For more than 20 years up in the cocky, that's so lovely. What do you call that
yeah.
song?
What is it?
For more than 20 years.
Nice and easy, isn't it?
Cocky.
We're
We're not going to do that now. We'll do
What
that for
did you
tomorrow
ask me to go to?
Margaritaville.
So M. So all of these are just hyperlinked around. Again, the great thing about the book is there's
Somebody
links
asked
to.
us to sing Let It Be as well. I can't remember who that was. But anyway, Margaritaville.
Right, okay, so let's see. You see that, Mary?
Yes.
So again, I just have to zoom in on that because we have to stand back a little. So it's It's really important that people can actually get to see what they're looking at on the screen. So we're hoping that this is of help. Again, I just obviously have to apologise for the fact that I'm moving things up and down, and a call out to anybody, a couple of calls out. I mean, we're on the internet here, and somebody will pick this up, and either you may have some skill sets that might help us develop this, whether it's bring it to the attention more people or make it more fluid, or there's no way in which we can fold someone back into it at the moment. That we know we're going to have an experience with Annette, hopefully later on this evening, of a Zoom event, which at the same time, you know, what happens is there will be one lead group singing and everybody else will be somewhat behind them, but together remotely, so because of the delay lines. So this is the only way we know to work this process at the moment. With other live streams, we'd love to play along with other people. The more practice we have, and again, these are going to be long days for us. Actually, the great thing about getting ready for this and, you know, contacting people, etc. afterwards, it's a real, it's a bit like a job.
Well, you know what? Today we hardly had time to wash or change our clothes. We were so busy responding to people who contacted us. So it's great fun, though.
I wonder, do we play this up? See, the other thing is just to say that you might often wonder why we're playing so many of these songs up and down and up and down, but we deliberately put these, for example, in the key of G, and that was at a low pitch so that someone could sing up to 5 semitones higher than that. You still have room on the guitar and the ukulele to play them reasonably well.
3, maybe.
No, 2 up. We'll try 2, yeah. Sorry, so we're playing with the fret, with the capo on fret number 2, right, and either the ukulele or the guitar.
Oh, nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake, all of the tourists covered it all. Strumming my 6 strings on my front porch swing, smell those shrimp they're beginning to boil. Wasting away a can in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Oh, don't know the reason, stayed here all season with nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. But it's a real beauty, Mexican cutie. How it got here I haven't a clue. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. So I blew up my flip-flop, stepped on a pop top, goodbye heel at the cruise on back home. But there's booze in a blender, soon in veranda, the closing concoction that helps me hang on. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Yes, there's some people claim that there's a woman to blame, and I know it's my own damn fault.
Isn't that lovely? I love that. Blow out his flip-flop on a pop top.
What about the Foxy Devil?
Oh yeah, Foxy Devil. We haven't done that for
Well, this is a gorgeous
This is
song.
one of my favourite songs.
I presume, well, we don't know. So again, sorry, when you're looking through this book, sometimes you'll see the books are written in with a depth behind it, but this one actually isn't. It's Foxy Devil.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song about. Well, I mean, it's
There's
a beautiful
drink
song,
involved,
but
actually, as you
it's
will
a beautiful
find.
song, but it's about the unfortunate addiction of alcohol. So, but it's going to play this open as well.
Yeah.
So again, you could just to repeat, we've just gone past 8:15, so we've been here an hour and a quarter. We can't remember what happened most of the day. The day flies by doing it. If you want a guaranteed night's sleep, except that Mary didn't sleep late because
I didn't sleep. I was
thinking
awake
of-
at 5 and I couldn't go back to sleep. I was thinking about music and what songs will we choose.
well, that was a
and
nice.
all of
It
that
wasn't a
kind of-
nightmare. It was the fact that you'd
No.
be there in your mind. Oh, there's another song. Oh, we must do this. We must do that. It's a lovely.
We went to bed kind of early last night, maybe about 1 o'clock. So it's generally
Anyway.
about 3. So
And
maybe
it'll
that's
be
the
late-
reason I
it'll
didn't
be late
sleep.
tonight with with our. We're looking forward to meeting all these people on the west coast of America and having a sing-song with them as well.
I was young and handy in my prime. In taverns I would sit by my time. It's there I met your company. I'd sit and drink my fill.
Seems a bit low.
It's there that you took hold of me. I think you've got me still. You're the foxy devil when you lie, setting my mind at ease and then you strike. You set my head a reeling. You're making me shout and sing. Memory for ease I get no ease. Like have another drink. Oh, you're the crafty rogue, and that's for sure. From your company there is no cure. Oh, I've squandered all my money and the best years of my life on your charms, in spite of harm, in spite of peace and strife. Oh, whiskey in the morning or at night, give strength to sing and dance, to love and fight. Oh, and so despite misfortune, I'll take you as you are. Best of friends and enemy, the best I've known by far. Oh, you're the foxy devil when you lie. You set my mind at ease and then you strike. Ah, you set my head a reeling, you make me shout and sing. My memory flees, I get no ease, I have a little drink.
What about I drink? No, we leave that till tomorrow night.
Well, no, I had an idea. We have one of our sometimes viewers, mentors, and a man who critiques us is Sean Kelly, whose kids were listening in yesterday, Sean. So we must be doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
Lisa said that Jack, one of the boys, just loved it. Okay.
But anyway, Sean had been slagging us when we were putting this book together. What we did is for a year, we posted one song on Facebook every night for a year. And it gave us the discipline of researching songs, getting the songs together, trying to bang them into shape while we were building a process and a template to put them into a book, of which we now have 2 books of 500 songs, so you'd never be short of songs. So he was slagging us saying, would you ever put a song up some night that is more than
2 chords.
3 chords
3
in
chords.
it? He was really pushing it. And of course the whole thing about this is we just want to sing and have a bit of fun. We would love to be able to do lots of things. And it's part of my eternal dream to be able to certainly play a lot better than I do, etc. But anyway, so we had a couple of songs, the 2 songs we know of, a couple of chords. Achy Breaky Heart is 2 chords. Twice Daily is 2 chords.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever get the ride? That is now. We'll do that for you as well, and we have a couple of good other songs as well. But we love this song anyway. I just think this is a 2 chord song, and for JJ and Aidan there who've been practicing along, and for Thomas
myself
Doherty
and me,
who come
and
along,
me,
and
yeah.
Mary is
We were trying to learn the guitar, yeah.
Mary's trying to go with the guitar. So the great thing about this is you can sing in the 2 chords, and you can either sing it, if we're going to sing it now in the key of D, which means to use what they call the 1 and the 4 chord, the 1 and the 5, which is D and A. And similarly, if you want to play in the key of C, you just play C and G. If you want to play in the key of A, you play A and D. So you get a chance to play lots of different chords, and the chords changes aren't too regular, but it's lovely how lilt in this, which I think is lovely. So we're playing it open. Sorry, I should have said what the page was on again. 423 in the first book, and it's twice daily. And actually, I think Natalie was saying she couldn't say the words in Irish, and Paddy Beefy was just saying diddly, diddly.
La,
so
la,
this,
la.
you'll see the chorus here is one of these songs. This isn't Irish, it's just noise, but it's great.
I think it's American, actually.
Oh, when I was a lad, I was so glad to go out in the daytime with me for a bottle and a cork to help out in the haytime, tossing hay. One fine day I met Long Lucy Bailey. Said, my dear, are you often here? She said, yes sir, twice daily. Well, we had some fun in the summer sun. Lucy was so thrilling, so sweet and pure. I wasn't sure if the girl was willing, until one day among the hay we were working gaily, when she ups and she slips and her garters weak. I went there twice daily, did the rum-doo-dee, did the rum-doo-da, rum-da-doo-da-ran, did the ray-doo-dee, did the ray-doo-da, did the ray-doo-dee twice daily. Well, Lucy's dad was very mad, he chased me round the hay, said, you son, you've had your fun, now the time has come to pay. Now, girl, you'll wed, the old man said, as he waved his shotgun gaily. If you don't, he says, where I'll put the lead, you won't sit there twice daily. So the very next day in the month of May, we held a ceremony. We paid up the vicar with a gallon of liquor, and we rode to the church in a pony. Did the rum-doo-dee, did the rum-doo-da, did the rum-da-doo-da-ran, did the ray-doo-dee, the ray-doo-da, did the ray-doo-dee twice daily. Dee-dee-dee-too, oh, Lucy's joy, we had a boy, what a little darling. Sure, he's round and he's fat like a Cheshire cat, turkey as a starling. When they were old, our stories told 40 years together, though we'd often stray where we tossed the hay in that old time summer weather. Kids, we've got 10 or more, we goes on quite gaily, though I'm old and afraid when I get me way, still go there twice daily. Did the rum-doo-dee, did the rum-doo-da, the rum-da-doo-da-ra, did the ray-doo-dee, the ray-doo-da, did the ray-doo-dee twice daily. Once more. Did the rum-doo-dee, did the rum-doo-da, did the rum-da-doo-da-ra, the ray-doo-dee, did the ray-doo-da, the ray-doo-dee twice daily.
Okay, let's see. Go on, pick.
What about the Roseville Fair?
Oh, Roseville Fair, so beautiful.
As you know, when you're singing the songs, then something else comes up for whatever reason comes out.
I don't know if there's anybody there. If there's anybody there, will you let us know, please? Just send us a little.
Anyway,
message.
there's
Say
again
hello.
just to say, like, this is not like the Legion of Mary or going to Sunday Mass. I mean, the reason we're doing this every day, and I'm sure there's going to be days when we're not feeling up. Like, it's going to be 7 days a week, 24/7. Not God, we're not doing any work like the medical profession are. Don't get me wrong. But I think the reason is to create that, just to explain that we're just trying to create a sense of routine, that there's always going to be, at this time of the day, there'll be a singing session on that you can go to. You can't go to the pub, you can't go elsewhere, or maybe you're in a position that people can't visit you and you're isolated or whatever, but you can come if you go to the Meitheal Ceol Meitheal Ceol Facebook page at 7 o'clock every night, for as long as we can sustain it, we will be here playing songs like this here. I think the whole process will be enriched by feedback from people and suggestions and ideas. And I don't even know, there's ideas that will emerge over the next 3 months, for example. And I don't doubt that we'll be doing this type of thing for 3 months that we haven't imagined yet. So, and just what Paddy did there today, playing his mandolin, folding it back over the stream was really innovative. And then somebody else has come in and put a Bowron beat on top. So let's try all sorts of things and have a bit of fun. And remember, at the back end of all of this, hopefully lots of us will have an opportunity to experiment and meet in physical reality as much as anything else. And in the meantime, I mean, I would suggest maybe that at the front end of the book, of the 2 books, there's an explanation as for the concept of where we thought of this meitheal concept. So Paddy apparently had said that he liked the idea of a meitheal. So the idea of a meitheal was an old Irish tradition of people getting together to organically, you get an auto-emergent response to whatever a problem in an area is, or it's something that has to be resolved.
So there are people still there. Keith is still there, Natalie is still there, Nancy is still there.
And again, if
Peggy
you're not,
is still
if
there,
you're
so
listening
there's
back to
numbers of
this
people
in
there.
as an evergreen listener, coming back to it again, we're trying to find out how to take these videos and put them back up onto YouTube again, because I think there are opportunities for people. If there's a particular song and you know it's on that day's video and you can play again, then it'll give you maybe the motivation to play along with it.
So Roseville Fair,
Oh yeah, so this is a lovely song.
It's a beautiful,
the
beautiful
Roseville
song.
Fair.
Again, we haven't
So,
done this for
hold
quite a
on.
while. Yeah.
So Roseville, I think it's there, Roseville. So where the Roseville Fair, or is it Roseville? It's probably Roseville Fair, is it? So again, sometimes you can't be sure if there's a date before it or not. So you just have to go through. It's on the Roseville Fair. It's on page 301.
Ray Atchison said, "Keep it going. I'm enjoying just playing along to your songs on
Super.
the Bowron." Okay,
Brilliant.
lovely.
So I know that this song, the version that I really liked of this song was the one that Liam Clancy did. Oh, it's magical, beautiful, beautiful voice. But there's a version by, what do you call her? Nancy Griffith, I think, as well.
Okay, then.
So we're going to play this open, I think. Yeah, it's open, all right.
Oh, the night was clear and the stars were shining, and the moon rose up so quiet in the sky, and the people gathered round and a band was tuning. I can hear them now playing Coming Through the Rhine, and we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. The drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, but I can still remember how we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. You were dressed in blue and it looked so lovely, just a gentle flower of a hometown girl. And you took my hand and we stepped to the music with a single smile. You became my world, and we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. The drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, but I can still remember how we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Well, we courted well and we courted dearly, and we rocked for hours on your front porch chair. And a year went by since the day I met you, and I made you mine at the Roseville Fair. So here's a song for all you
what I thought we might end up with is the Aaron lifeboat song. What are you going?
A bit long.
I'll go.
I'll go.
So
is
it's
this a song about a disaster? It's a boating disaster.
But anyway, that time, time
it's
is
a
just
boating
flown
disaster that happened around here, off the coast near Ironmore Island, and it's really about the Ironmore lifeboat and the people and the men who went out to the rescue.
Right, so this is a song that we came across because of where we're living now, and again, if I can show you, all right. So this is the northwest of Ireland, right, and you can see where in the centre where we are here with the little line, but just above there at the top, and just offshore there, where that search here section is. There's an island off there. Tory Island, somewhere up there is Tory Island, but so that's where the North Atlantic is there, and
Ironmore is just down a bit to the south there, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's an island, we're showing you an island called Gola there, and then along the coast then, if you come down the next island going down and to the left there is Ironmore Island, and around, I think it was around 1940, I think it was, there was I think it was a Dutch merchant vessel was in trouble in the bad storms, as you might imagine, happen around the Atlantic, and the people, the lifeboat from Ironmore Island, so it's a small fishing island, was called out in really terrible weather, and the coxswain of the boat pointed out to the people beforehand that they were really, and there was a big chance they wouldn't come home again from this, and we'll let the song unfold as it comes along, but there's a beautiful section in it there where the lines, I think, the old men knelt down and cast, shed a tear and knelt down on the pier to pray for the others. And I think it's, Mary and I both feel when we sing this song, we sort of, we have a catch in our throats from this here. You get the emotionality of it. Imagine a small island, small community, and so bravely, just like the medical professionals right throughout the world are putting themselves in the front line of risk. I mean, I see in Ireland, something like 20% of the people who have already caught the virus in Ireland are medical people. So they put themselves at risk for us. And it's something about, it's innate in the human gene, I think, to think beyond yourself and to reach out,
particularly in times
to help
like
others,
this,
you know.
Yeah.
And this song, I think, captures it to a large
John
degree.
Coyle, hello, John.
Hi, John.
We miss you, John.
So we're singing this open again. Sorry, I should just explain once again what the song is on page 180 of the first book. And again, I'm just expanding this. Again, just bear with us as we in between verses. I have to move this thing along, but that's it. Until somebody, I'm amazed, in 2011 with iPads they were discussing on the internet, I could see there were discussions about auto-scrolling PDF readers. Nobody seems to be doing that. I just don't understand. Maybe I'm so dumb. Anybody can help us. It would be really good if we could have this with being able to auto-scroll a PDF. So you can do it on a mobile phone, at least on an Android phone. But
the two guys at the top wrote this, Jerry Early,
from the island.
Yeah.
Not tonight, if any night, said the coxswain of the crew. Chances of survival on the night that deserve you. December 1940, on the coast of Donegal, came a great north wind that could have been the cruelest of them all. 14 men were missing, 18 more in great distress. Jack Boyle knew that their future in his hands had come to rest. He knew a man who knew the sea the police arrive. They all agree that Son McLean's the greatest price we'd pay. And the old men shed a tear and knelt down all the drowning grey. While standing on the pier with his hand-picked squad of men, Jack told each one that they might never see their homes again. And he told them there would be no shame if this time they said no. Each traced a cross upon his brows and up and said, I'll go. I'll go and do the best I can. I'll do what must be done. I'll go 'cause I'm a lifeboat man. I am my father's son. I'll go and do the best I can. Do what must be done. I'll go 'cause I'm an island man. I am my father's son. Against the storm, against the gale, against the mighty wave, these men were rightly honoured as the bravest of the brave. Let us all salute them and thank God for men like these, who would risk their life for stranger in the peril of the sea. O'Donnell, Ward and Gallagher, remember these names well. With the Boyles, the Burns and the Rogers, they faced the seas from hell. With the waves below them crashing down and the heaving mass below. God bless them, everyone who made a vow to say I'll go.
Sorry, a minute.
Yeah.
I'll go and do the best I can. I'll do what must be done. I'll go 'cause I'm a lifeboat man. I am my father's son. I'll go and do the best I can. I'll do what must be done. I'll go 'cause I'm an island man. I am my father's son.
Yeah.
Now this volunteer lifeboat men shall out from Harringmore. They faced the greatest storm that they had ever seen before. They brought them 18 sailors home and left them on the land. Now they're safe and well at home again by the grace of God's own hand. Now the spirits soar above the wave, they've earned eternal rest. Surely if there's justice, there's secret the best. I'd like to think in that last hour God whispered soft and low, welcome home the 8 brave men who made the vow to go. Go and do the best I can. I'll do what must be done. I'll go 'cause I'm a lifeboat man. I am my father's son. Go and do the best I can. I'll do what must be done. Go 'cause I'm an island man. I am my father's son. I'll go and do the best I can. I'll do what must be done. Go 'cause I'm a lifeboat man. I am my father's son. I'll go and do the best I can. I'll do what must be done. I'll go 'cause I'm from Marinmore. I am my father's son.
So I think we'd sing that song in testimony to, I say, all of the frontline medical people, and it's not just the top surgeons and the leaders who obviously are really under pressure, but
It's
the
the
endless,
ambulance
the
men,
paramedics, the nurses, the staff, the cleaning and support staff, the assistants, the porters, everybody. And you know, this process and the rest of us, we are in your hands. All of us who are watching and listening here are relying totally on you, and we're very grateful. And you know, it'd be nice actually if you were driving around the ambulance, Cathal McGlynn, and you had a chance to listen to somebody's song and be singing them. Cathal is a paramedic up in Letterkenny doing great work, and then coming home and as a bit of relaxation to sing a few songs and play the guitar.
And
I see some
kid.
videos on YouTube actually of staff in hospitals singing and playing, you know, playing along and all that, and it's great for raising the spirits. So Mary, is there a song you'd like to do now to say
let's
goodnight
see,
and
the
thanks?
last one. I still like the parting glass for final song. Or no, you choose again. Do you want to do a happy song, or what do you want to do? Let's see. You Are My Sunshine is beautiful.
Okay, hold on.
You Are
I'll
My
just see.
Sunshine, yeah.
Okay. What about All Around My Hat?
Yeah,
It's
all
a
around
nice-
my head. It's nice.
We like this one, and it's a good. I was thinking 7 Spanish Angels. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll do 7 Spanish Angels tomorrow night. And what was that other one I said? You Are My Sunshine.
Yeah.
I just wonder how that would be for the bar on. I think it'd be
So
quite
sorry,
good, actually.
yeah, this is page 23, and so this is Steel Eye Span. Well, again, our version, the one we would remember is from Steel Eye Span. So.
Fairly well.
So sorry. Again, we're playing it open, by the way, just to let everybody know. No cap. So again, Yukis, everybody should be able to play along with us.
Fairly well cold winter and fairly well cold frost. Nothing have I gained, but my own true love I've lost. I'll sing and I'll be merry when the occasion I receive. A false blue, the young man let him go. Farewell he. All around my hat I will wear the green willow, and all around my hat for the 12 months and a day. And if anyone should ask me the reason why I'm wearing it, it's all for my true love who's far, far away. The other night she brought me a fine diamond ring, but she thought to have deprived me of a far better thing. But I being careful as lovers ought to be, false deluded young man let him go. Farewell he. For all around my hat I will wear the green willow, and all around my hat for 12 months and a day. And if anyone should ask me the reason why I'm wearing it, it's all for my true love who's far, far away. Here's a £1/4 of reason, a £1/2 of sense, small sprig of thyme, and as much of prudence. You mix them all together and then you will plainly see he's a false deluded young man, let him go. Farewell he. 'Cause all around my hat I will wear the green willow, and all around my hat for 12 months and a day. And if anyone should ask me the reason why I'm wearing it, it's all for my true love who's far, far away. It's all for my true love who's far, far away.
Nancy, are we ready for the Country Hall of Fame yet, do you think?
So anyway,
Yes.
we are all far away in America and lots of other places. So at the same time, I hope that you, like us, feel that there's a value in being able to sing and play along. And you know, we listen to this sometimes afterwards, and certainly we think it's really enjoyable. We think the whole idea of, as a lot of you have come back in your comments and that comment on, you know, I think a lot, you know, some people just get it. I mean, they get that we're just 7 days. Tomorrow will be the first anniversary week.
Yes.
This is like Elvis playing
St.
in Las
Patrick's was
Vegas
the
for
first
5
one,
years or
yeah.
something like that. But
can go to Las
and we're not
Vegas
getting
too,
paid.
yeah.
No, but the thing is that if throughout this process, imagine we set ourselves the task saying, hey, look, we're going to improve our singing or playing, and maybe get to know some people, find out about different places. Again, one of the things I suggested, we'd put up that picture of where we're from. It'd be good to have people put up a link, maybe even wherever your Google Maps is, get the link and put it in there, and let people. Let's see if there's a possibility of growing a community of interest around this.
So here's Natalie. You might tell us where you live in Germany, Natalie, because we have numbers of
go
other
into Google
people.
Maps, get the link,
Yeah.
and put it in there, and put some information. The other thing I think would love to encourage is people to write some of their memories of some of these songs, what they think of the songs, maybe where they saw the songs being performed. I'm just thinking, jumps in my head, me and Bobby McGee seeing Chris Christopherson performing the Del West in 1978, singing Me and Bob McGee. So they bring up stuff, but it animates, and like I think that's the stuff that songs often have stories associated with.
So let us know, Natalie, where you live in Germany, because we have lots of other German friends, including people who are contacting us as we speak. So do let us know. And this is what she said. She said, I regret having stopped practicing an instrument over 16 years ago. So anyway, you're going to get back
Well,
there
no, I
now.
mean, look at the great thing is,
Never,
I mean,
never,
look
never
at if
too
you're
late.
listening to us, one of the things you can absolutely get, hey, there's lots of ways you can get away with this. I mean, bluffers like us can get away. We're not concerned with that. We were out playing, driving along in a motorhome, singing, stopping, having a few songs and enjoying ourselves. Gradually found we were turning the radio off and turning the television off. We can keep watching that. We have all these gadgets and things we can be online and in time and everything, but we could just, you know, keep it nice and simple. And Mary picked up the ukulele and, you know, very quickly got the handle of the, you know, the songs and just because the songs are lovely, they drag you in, just like I think you're experiencing, Natalie. So our suggestion is, I mean, perhaps something around this community could also expand into some way of sharing some sort of learning environment for people that come along. We're looking into, I don't know how that can be achieved, etc. But one of the things you might have suggestions around videos and, you know.
I also think it's a bit like riding a bicycle. You don't really forget. So when you pick up your instrument, I think it'll all come back to you very quickly.
But
so
the great thing is we're going to be here doing this for time, as you know, what do you call it, when time after time, that song. I mean, the point is this is going to go on and on and on. And insofar as we can, this is the only, I suppose, a contribution that we can make to, let's say, the communal interest or something like this. So if we can do this, if anybody can help us with any technology tips or anything like that there, one thing would be nice, although I've been looking for this, an app that will allow you to auto scroll this stuff because it prevents me having to go up and down, etc. doing this. Anyway, in the meantime, let me just...
Can I just say that the only thing I think about auto scrolling is it sometimes goes too slow or too fast, so it's maybe a little bit difficult to control that, is it?
You see why we'll have to put
I'm not the techie. I am not the techie.
We'll have to set this into. We'll have to set this to an executive committee decision later on.
I'm just the cook.
Anyway,
I'm just the maid. I'm just the maid. What about every man?
He only says that. Actually, if we set it to scroll at a fixed pace, maybe our timing would be better.
It might be.
Anyway, look. Every evening, the scroll, 7 p.m. at the Meitheal Ceol Facebook page. If you know of anybody, if you can share it with anybody that you might think might enjoy it or benefit from it, please do. We'd be delighted. In the meantime, it's goodbye from Mary.
I wanted to read out a little message first of all.
Keep sending Mary messages, will you?
It's a great idea. Glad to be part of it. I've got a mate who sings that song twice daily. He's from Norfolk. And I thought it was a folk song from that part of the world.
Well, it probably
it could very well be.
I think it's the Wurzels or somebody.
But it does have a very
really,
universal sound to it. So thanks for that.
We'll be doing My Old Man's a Dustman next.
We will.
We love those.
We'll
love those songs with a bit of a go in them, you know.
Thanks for that, Ray. And look at here. Good night. You've stayed with us quite a long time again this evening. We've enjoyed ourselves. I hope you've enjoyed yourself too. So Ihawai.
It's Collysolve, as it say.
And
so
hope
sleep
the
well
bed bugs.
after
How
all
do you
of
say? How do you say in Gaelic? Hope the bed bugs don't bite.
All right. Good luck.
Good night.
Good night.